candidate for Register of Wills.
I don't know if I can quite live up to all that. Thank you. Thank you. As you said, my name's Paul Zimmermann. For those of you who don't know me, I've had the privilege and honor of serving as your Register of Wills for the past 12 years. And I'm also lucky enough to not have any people running against me, but it still is an election, and I still would like your vote for another term to help the people through the whole probate process. To give you a quick little background on me, I'm one of 7 kids and the proud uncle of 21 nieces and nephews, which include a graduate of the Naval Academy, a first and a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps, as well as a sergeant in the Army Reserve. So we're real proud of all of them, and they're old school military. I've also got 3 stepchildren, 2 of whom are teachers and not educators. One of them works for a Christian school down in Nashville, Tennessee. And then I've also got the third one is a drummer for a Christian band. So we've try to cover all of our bases. To kind of answer a little bit of some of the questions that they talked about before that I'm not going to have to answer online, my duties are spelled out in the Maryland Constitution, and we follow that very strictly. Make sure that everything that we do is within the bounds of the Constitution as it's spelled out. For those of you who don't know what the Register of Wills does, basically what we do is we help people through the probate process, meaning that when someone passes away, their personal representative comes in, opens the estate, and I'm actually the only one that can actually appoint someone as a personal representative, which allows somebody to step into the shoes of the person that passed away and do anything they could do. So, in other words, if there's a car in John's name and John passes away, he's the only one that can transfer the ownership of that. And what I do is I name somebody a personal representative, and they can step into the shoes and they can sell the car and basically do anything that the other person could do. I'm not sure, I do have a brochure over here that is not an election brochure. Back here, it's a record organization guide that if you want to pass them out, basically what it does, it tells you a little bit about the intestate laws. If you die without a will, how it's broken up, your estate. But the best part is on the inside, it's an information guide that you can give to whoever is going to be handling your estate, your personal representative, and it lets you list everything all in one convenient place so that they can keep it. The other question that I want to answer is yes, I do have a concealed carry permit, and the interesting thing is that the Maryland State Police allow me to carry a gun into the courthouse. They allow me to carry a gun into a bank, but they don't trust me to carry it anywhere else. So, basically that's about it. If anybody has any questions, I can't give legal advice, even though I am a lawyer, and I worked in the county attorney's office in Carroll County for 6 years. So I can't give legal advice, but if anybody has any questions, I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Yeah, Jim.
Some counties, they're required to be judges of the ordinance. How do you feel about that?
Okay. I was asked, Jim wanted to know some of the counties, particularly Baltimore County, Baltimore City, let's see, not Montgomery. Well, Montgomery County, they're judges anyway of the circuit court. Prince George's County, they've passed laws requiring their judges to be lawyers. And he wanted to know how I feel about that. Is that pretty accurate? I don't like the idea of requiring their judges to be lawyers. Part of the reason is that with us being the size county we are, it's kind of tough to get lawyers that aren't in the practice of estate law to want to be judges because they would have to give up their practice. They wouldn't be able to do both. Second of all, I think the fact that you've got our friends and neighbors as the judges, people from everyday life. It keeps them closer to the people so they know what the people are like, and they're not bound by the strict rules of procedure that most lawyers are bound by. So I think it's a good idea if they keep it as it is. The ones that want to have their judges to be lawyers, that's fine for them. You're talking about the major counties. And part of the reason that they say that they need that is because with all the cases they've got, a lawyer can sit by himself. So if you've got 3 lawyers on the court, you can have 3 of them sitting different places at the same time. Whereas in Carroll County, we have to have at least 2 of the 3 judges sitting on any particular case at any particular time. And I think that's a much better procedure, particularly for Carroll County. We've got 3 great orphans court judges. We've got a really good working relationship because I basically work as, in addition to my duties as registrar, I work as the clerk to the orphans court. So, yes, sir.
A point being made as to the qualifications of the judge that needs to have a JD. It's a curious thing that there's no such requirement to sit on the Supreme bench.
That's very true. Very true. And fortunately, so far, it's not a requirement to sit on our orphans court bench either. Any other questions? I thank you all very much for your time, and again, I would ask you for your vote, and thank you all very much for having me here tonight. And thank you, Michelle.